Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come. I am going to predict every single game in the Big Ten Conference for this coming 2021 season. And guys, I'm rared up. I'm ready to go. Let me move into my little corner. And ladies and gentlemen, shout out to Playoff Predictors, whatever this site is. I'm able to go week by week, literally, and pick every single game in the Big Ten. It's going to be a running tally. You guys can see the conferences. Everyone's 0-0. We're just going to get right into this. I'm going to keep this video under 10 minutes. Rapid fire. These are my instant picks. A lot of these matchups, I don't even know what they are. I'm just going to go with my instant gut picks on the Big Ten Conference, starting off with a Week 0 game. This is big for the conference. This is big for the Big Ten. We've got Nebraska at Illinois. Now, I've always been a fan of Nebraska. They've got one of the best fan bases in college football. I'm going to give that win. That's a big win to Nebraska if they do get it. They are 8-point favorites in an opening line I saw at Illinois. We'll have to see if they end up winning that game. That's the Week 0 Saturday game, August 28th. Moving on, the Thursday game, Ohio State debuting C.J. Stroud and Ryan Day at Minnesota. Ohio State pulls away in that one, wins by 3 or 4 touchdowns. Michigan State at Northwestern. Wow. Guys, I love Northwestern. Northwestern with the transfer quarterback, Pat Fitzgerald, the transfer from South Carolina. I like them in a home game against Michigan State. Another Week 1 game. How about Oregon State at Purdue? Big for the conference. We need Purdue to win this game. I've got Purdue beating Oregon State. Oregon State, bottom dweller in the Pac-12. Moving on, Temple at Rutgers. Another big game for the conference. I've got Rutgers winning that one. Rutgers and Greg Schiano on their way up. UTSA at the Illini. We saw the Illini suffer that tough loss Week 0 against Nebraska. I have them rebounding and beating UTSA. Next, we have Western Michigan. Guys, by the way, did you notice Western Michigan actually changed their logo? Their logo used to be, this was their old logo. It's so cool. Their new logo looks like some sort of third grader designed it. They are at the University of Michigan. And guys, this is a noon start. I've got Michigan winning that game easily. West Virginia at Maryland. Very close game. And unfortunately for Maryland, I'm going to give West Virginia the win, although I could see Maryland winning this game. Tua Tagovailoa's brother, we'll have to see what happens with him. He played decent last year towards the end, but I have West Virginia. They're a decent team. We'll give them the win. And then we've got Penn State at Wisconsin, one of the showcase games. There's actually 2 great matchups in Week 1, but Penn State at Wisconsin. Guys, I'm going Penn State, low scoring, close game, veteran leadership, Sean Clifford. I love Penn State. Very good team. Indiana at Iowa. Give me Iowa. Everyone talks about Indiana. Guys, Indiana's a little overrated. Let's be honest. I like Iowa. They're at home, too. That's going to help them. They're actually favored by Vegas. A lot of people don't realize that. They are favored by Vegas. Moving on to Week 2. Let's start rapid firing these. Iowa at Iowa State. I did call Iowa State one of my overrated teams. Give me Iowa. Those would be 2 huge wins to start the season for Iowa. What a statement start for the University of Iowa, the Hawkeyes. 2 huge wins. Idaho at Indiana. Indiana gets back on track in this one. 59-3. Youngstown State at MSU. Give me Michigan State. 26-6. That'll be a low-scoring game. Indiana State taking on Northwestern. Northwestern starts 2-0 under Pat Fitzgerald. Oregon at Ohio State. Weird game. 12 o'clock start, noontime start for Oregon. Really odd. I'm thinking it's low scoring. I get a sense C.J. Stroud may go through some struggles. He's a freshman. He's starting, He did play a little bit last year, but not much. I still have Ohio State winning this game, guys. Of course I do. Ball State at Penn State. Ball State actually overrated? Can a MAC team actually be overrated? Guys, Ball State is not the best MAC team in that conference. It's actually Toledo. I know Ball State won the conference last year. Google it, folks. Toledo is better this year. Give me Penn State. Easier than expected. Easier than expected. People are like, ooh, it's going to be a tough game. Easier than expected, Penn State. Rutgers at Syracuse. Give me Rutgers. Those would be 2 big wins for Rutgers. Very winnable game at Syracuse. Or is that a neutral site game? It might be in the Carrier Dome. I'm not sure. Purdue at UConn. Purdue traveling to UConn. Weird game. Give me Purdue. Huge game here. Washington at Michigan. Massive, massive game. I do like Washington. I'm going to give Washington a close, low-scoring win. With Michigan, it's the quarterback, Cade McNamara. Who else? They have the true freshman, J.J. McCarthy. We'll have to see. I know they have that transfer Baldwin from Texas Tech. But yeah, give me low-scoring game, 20-17. Maybe a little rainy night, I feel. It's an ABC game. Maybe a little rain comes in. Maybe it's 17-14, some low-scoring game. Howard, the Bison, at Maryland. Give me Maryland. I feel like Maryland always faces Howard in non-conference. How about Miami of Ohio at Minnesota? I'll take Minnesota to rebound. Tanner Morgan, the veteran, to rebound that one. Buffalo at Nebraska. Give me Nebraska in that one. Illinois at Virginia. Weird game. Really weird game. It's unfortunate for Illinois here. The Illini going to be falling to Virginia. And then Eastern Michigan traveling to Wisconsin after that tough week 1 loss. Give me Wisconsin. Moving on to week 3. We're still in the non-conference. Minnesota at UC Boulder, otherwise known as Colorado. I don't know why they're called UC Boulder here. Wow, this is actually this is a tough game. I'm going to go Minnesota. I like the veteran leadership. Row the boat, PJ Fleck. We'll have to see Minnesota. That would be a big win for Ohio State. Because Ohio State beat them week 1. That'd be big for them. Northwestern at Duke. Wow. Really good game. Really good game. I am going to go Duke in this one. Duke's not a very good team, but I feel an upset. I don't like it. I feel an upset. That's a big game for the conference, though. It'd be big if Northwestern won that game. Cincinnati at Indiana. I like Cincinnati, guys. I've been against Indiana from the start. I have them as one of my most overrated teams in college football. That continues. Purdue at Notre Dame. I got to go Notre Dame here. I think it's pretty clear and obvious. Purdue, not going to happen. Rondale Moore is gone. They still have David Bell, who's a beast. God, I love David Bell. Tulsa at Ohio State. How about the Buckeyes? Huge in that one. C.J. Stroud, 6 total touchdowns in the first half. Nebraska at Oklahoma. This would be a program-changing win for Scott Frost and Nebraska. Oh, it would be earth-shattering. But guys, Spencer Rattler, Lincoln Riley, come on. What are they going to be favored by 24 points? No, maybe they'll be favored by 17. Auburn at Penn State. This is Penn State's whiteout game, I believe. Give me Penn State comfortably. It'll be a close scoring game, but Penn State pulls away. It's like 37-20 type win over Bo Nix and Auburn. Delaware at Rutgers. Give me Rutgers in that one. How about Maryland at Illinois? You know what? I'll take Maryland in this one and Tua's younger brother. Northern Illinois at Michigan. Michigan gets back on track after their week 2 loss. This is an interesting one. Michigan State at Miami. I've actually got Miami winning this game. I don't even like Miami, but De'Aaron King coming off that torn ACL, question marks there. I see them getting blown out week 1 against Alabama, but this is a comeback. They get a decent win here. That's a noon start time. And then we've got Kent State, another MAC school, at Iowa. Give me Iowa in that one. Moving on to week 4. We've got Nebraska at Michigan State. Guys, I'm going Nebraska here. I am not a fan of Michigan State. I don't think, I don't know what they're building. Mel Tucker, it's still young. He's, what is he in his second year? So, we'll have to see. But I like Nebraska. They're going to have to play well some season. Adrian Martinez, he's got a lot of, experience. The loss of Waddale Robinson, horrible loss. Losing him to Kentucky, of all places, that was terrible. But it is what it is. Ohio at Northwestern. You know what? I think Ohio keeps this game close. I have an interesting vibe out of the Bobcats there on that one, but give me Northwestern. How about Akron at Ohio State? I've got Ohio State in that one, 73-3. Villanova at Penn State. I've got Penn State scoring plus 50 in that one. Illinois at Purdue. Very interesting. Give me Purdue at home. Purdue holds serve at home. I like that. Rutgers at Michigan. I've got Michigan. I know a lot of people don't like Michigan. Rutgers actually nearly beat Michigan last year, but give me Michigan. They're at home. They're in Ann Arbor. Give me Michigan by 2 or 3 scores in this one. Greg Schiano, Rutgers, they're building something. They're looking good with recruiting. It's getting better. Not this year. Michigan gets it done. Harbaugh, possibly in his last year. How about Kent State at Maryland? Give me Maryland in that one. Bowling Green. BGSU at Minnesota and Tanner Morgan, Abraham, the running back. Give me Minnesota. Notre Dame at Wisconsin. Yes. Give me Wisconsin. Huge game for the conference. What a hell of a game for the Big Ten if Wisconsin wins that one. I've got them in a close, low-scoring game. Game will be played neutral field, Lambeau Field. It's not in Wisconsin. If it was in Wisconsin, I'd definitely be confident about Wisconsin. It's a neutral field. I still like the Badgers to win that one. Colorado State at Iowa. Give me Iowa, low-scoring game, maybe like 33-6 or something like that. Indiana, this is another wacky game. Indiana at Western Kentucky, high-scoring game. Indiana gets it done there. They beat Western Kentucky. They go to Western Kentucky. Really weird game. Some of these games are weird. Speaking of Western Kentucky, they travel to MSU the next week. Who would have thought that? And I am going to give Michigan State a win here. Although, don't sleep on Western Kentucky week 5 against Michigan State. Indiana at Penn State. Penn State, yep. Penn State. Guys, I'm telling you, Penn State easily over Indiana. Watch what happens. Minnesota at Purdue. Minnesota on the road gets the job done against Purdue. Again, Purdue losing Rondale Moore. That's a tough loss. They still have David Bell. I understand that. Not sure on their quarterback situation exactly, and I'll be honest, not sure on that. Ohio State at Rutgers. This will probably be like a 3:30 game. Ohio State pretty easily. Charlotte at Illinois. Illinois gets a nice win there. Program-changing win. Program-changing. Iowa at Maryland. You know, this will be probably a closer game than expected, but I do have Iowa holding serve and winning. We've got Northwestern at Nebraska. And guys, Nebraska, that home field advantage, I like them in a close one. Michigan at Wisconsin. Yes, these games are amazing. This is a hard-fought game. Give me Wisconsin by 2 touchdowns. Moving on to week 6. We're almost halfway there, I think. Really small slate. We're completely into the conference schedule. Maryland at Ohio State. Ohio State big. Michigan State at Rutgers. Rutgers in a close one. Wisconsin at Illinois. Give me Wisconsin. You remember when Wisconsin lost to Illinois a few years ago? They're not going to let that happen again. It's on the road. They're not going to let that happen. You've got Michigan at Nebraska. Oh, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to pick Nebraska bad here. I do. I'm going the University of Michigan to beat Nebraska in a close one. Penn State at Iowa. Oh, my goodness. These games are so tough right now, but ladies and gentlemen, I'm going Iowa. It's so tough. This is going to be a night game. I guarantee you that'll be a night game. So tough to win on the road. At Iowa, night game. We saw what happened with Ohio State a few years ago. We saw what happened with Michigan. It's tough. Michigan State at Indiana. I'll take Indiana to hold serve at home. Rutgers at Northwestern. Give me Northwestern in that one. Nebraska at Minnesota. I like Nebraska. Get back on track. Get a win. Close game against Minnesota. Army. How about a non-conference game at Wisconsin? Low-scoring game, Wisconsin. Maybe a little hangover after their big win last week. They get the job done. Purdue at Iowa. Iowa's pissed after their loss. Or did they lose last week? Did I have them lose? I'm getting confused, guys. They get the win against Purdue. Moving on to week 8, we've got Ohio State at Indiana. Ohio State. C.J. Stroud makes a Heisman statement. Oh, my goodness. 56-24 blowout after last year when people were like, ooh, Indiana. How about Indiana was losing 35-7 in the third quarter? How about that? Yeah, and then they almost beat them. Give me a break. Ohio State big in that one on the road. That'll be a 3:30 game. Illinois at Penn State. Easy win for Penn State. Probably a noontime start. Wisconsin at Purdue. You know what I'm liking? Wisconsin in that one. Hold serve. Get your wins. Northwestern at Michigan. Really good game here. I'm taking Northwestern. That would be a crazy win for Pat Fitzgerald. How about 20-17? A lot of these Michigan games are going to be low-scoring, defensive, type games. Maryland at Minnesota. Give me Maryland in that one. I just randomly threw that. Guys, it's getting late now. I'm just throwing random picks out there. All right, Michigan. Okay, here we go. Michigan at Michigan State. Michigan losing last year at home to Michigan State was so crazy. I do have Michigan defeating the rival Spartans there. I know it's in East Lansing, but I have Michigan winning that one. That might be a night game. That'd be a cool night game. Minnesota at Northwestern. Give me Northwestern in that one. Penn State at Ohio State. Slugfest. Big Ten slugfest. Give me Ohio State. Rutgers at Illinois. I'll take Rutgers. Indiana at Maryland. I'll take Indiana. I'll go Indiana. Okay, I've been trashing Indiana, but I'll take them to beat Maryland. Purdue at Nebraska. I've got Nebraska at home. Iowa at Wisconsin. Oh my goodness. This is a slugfest. Ladies and gentlemen, I am going to be picking Wisconsin, the Badgers, to take that one. Close, low-scoring game. Iowa at Northwestern. That's a tough back-to-back slate for Iowa. I've got Iowa in a close one. Michigan State at Purdue. I'll take Michigan State to defeat Purdue there, although I could see Purdue winning. That's a 50-50 coin toss. Wisconsin at Rutgers. Wisconsin holds serve. How about all these away teams winning? Indiana at Michigan. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm calling the University of Michigan to beat Indiana. I just don't think Indiana's that good this year. We'll see. Maybe I'll be wrong. I've got Michigan winning that game. Penn State at Maryland. Give me Penn State after their, just disastrous loss last year at home to Maryland. They're going to want revenge. Illinois at Minnesota. Man, it seems like I'm picking Minnesota every other game. I'll pick Minnesota in this one. They're at home against Illinois. Ohio State at Nebraska. That's a hell of a matchup. That's a primetime type matchup. Give me Ohio State in that one. Moving on to week 11, we've got Rutgers at Indiana. All the games are just kind of blending together right now. Give me Indiana. Maryland at Michigan State. Give me Maryland. Purdue at Ohio State. We remember what happened the last 2 times these teams played. I don't think Ohio State's going to let that happen again at home. Michigan at Penn State. I've got Penn State pretty comfortably in that one. SE Louisiana taking on Nebraska. Gem of a game. Primetime ABC. Kirk Herbstreit on the call. Give me Nebraska. Adrian Martinez. Heisman statement? ? Maybe. We'll see. Northwestern at Wisconsin. Low scoring, give me Northwestern. I'll tell you what, they have a lot of good teams in that division. Think about how many, that's a division stacked, honestly. Minnesota at Iowa, give me Iowa. The West is a decent division this year. Wisconsin's good, Iowa's good, Nebraska is decent, Northwestern's good. I like that division a lot. Normally it's really bad, but this year it's not. They have 3 really good teams. Minnesota at Indiana, I'll take Indiana. Purdue at Northwestern, I'll take Northwestern. Michigan State at Ohio State, that'll be like a noon start time. Ohio State's going to blow them out. Rutgers at Penn State, I will take Penn State in that one. Michigan at Maryland, that's a coin flip game. I'll take Maryland. That'd be a big win for them. That'd be a program-changing win. Nebraska at Wisconsin. Give me Wisconsin. I'm taking all the home teams. A full home team sweep. That's probably not going to happen, but that's what I'm saying in Week 12. Moving on to Week 13. Iowa at Nebraska. Oh, this is a rivalry game. It's a good one. I've got Iowa finishing 11-1. I think Iowa's going to be really good this. You know what? I don't know if I can have them finishing 11-1. We're gonna go with Nebraska to win that game. An upset. Penn State at Michigan State. Give me Penn State. Indiana at Purdue. I think Indiana holds serve on the road. Maryland at Rutgers. Give me Rutgers at home. Northwestern at Illinois. I'll take Northwestern. Ohio State, Michigan. The traditional rivalry. I've got the Buckeyes going into Ann Arbor and winning and finishing the regular season undefeated. Then we've got Wisconsin taking on Minnesota, another rivalry game. Give me Wisconsin in that one. So that will end it off. I don't know why it says the conference records are 0-0. We obviously know that's wrong, but overall, I've got Ohio State 12-0, a perfect 12-0. Very tough to predict against the Buckeyes this day and age. We do know upsets can happen. We've seen that with Purdue and Iowa against Ohio State, but it is very tough to pick against Ohio State. Penn State, I think, is going to be phenomenal this year. 10-2, and then we've got a little bit of a letdown year from Indiana at 7-5. Michigan 6-6, probably pretty what most people expect. Rutgers 6-6, trending up. We've got Maryland as well, sitting at 6-6, and then Michigan State lagging behind, finishing at 3-9. In the West, I love the West. Very good this year. It's very good. Wisconsin 11-1, winning the West over Iowa, who is 10-2. I've got Nebraska, maybe a little too bullish on the Cornhuskers, but maybe like an 8-4, maybe 7-5. I like them. Northwestern 8-4. They get the transfer quarterback Pat Fitzgerald. Minnesota 5-7. I'm guessing most people would have them down there. Purdue 3-9, and then Illinois. Probably most people would agree down at 2-10. This would set up once again Ohio State taking on Wisconsin in the Big Ten championship game. I would have the Ohio State Buckeyes winning that football game and going to 13-0. Again, Ohio State could definitely lose, guys. I'm not saying they're a lock. It is just so tough to pick against that team. I believe they've lost 4 Big Ten games in the past 8 years in conference. It is remarkable the run that they are on and Ryan Day is on. But again, they could lose. Unlikely. It's always possible. We'll have to see. I would look at a game they could lose. Maybe Penn State, although they get them at home. Maybe Indiana, although I highly doubt that at all. We'll have to wait and see, guys. Those are my overall predictions for the Big Ten. Every single game just picked right now. My voice is a little sore after that one. But ladies and gentlemen, make sure you're following me on Twitter. Link to that's always in the description. I'm, of course, the Depressed Ginger. Thank you for watching.